for Saturday, January 22nd, 2022. Do 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 do.
One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Under Mountain, deep into Under Mountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost, all the wisps and wasps and the mezzo-loss, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Under Mountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Under Mountain. I want a girl who can sort a chest. I want a girl with shears that cut and swords that burn through zombie flesh. I want a girl who knows world generation, who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's modding her community. She's flying through the air. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. I want a girl who logs in early. I want a girl who plays till late. I want a girl with unobstructed creativity, who uses a tripwire to ruin your day. With shulker boxes organized and lustrous, in a tone that will torch you like desert grass. Who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron.
whose shields is emblazoned. I want a girl with good enchantments. On some server we will meet incidentally. We'll start to talk as we shoot skeletons. She wants a spawn with biome convenience. She wants a spawn that's in good repair. She's changing her end from wither to dragon. She's trading her archery for a trident that's self-repairing. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and tonight y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome to everyone watching via Discord, Kindleus, Gracious, Jory, Mix Lenore, Mahi Zero. Welcome to everyone watching via YouTube. Agata Mike Kname, Grant Rogers, Ma Hazel, Comandono, Martin C, Tony Del Tony, and anybody else. Aaron, I see you there. Gusty Gale, Christopher C, CC, Salamanders. Glad to have you. Welcome to everybody watching via Twitch. Neptune's Cradle, Jelani, Winnie T. Ford, Grayski, Ahime Angel, Devin Crotties, Grace Wondier, Amy M, Flannel Punk, Autumn Wolfies, Napsor, Pamarin Kak, and Horta Fruticola. And then everybody else who's just jumping in, Lizzie Max, Centauratron, Cavman, Triforce. Glad y'all are here tonight. We are looking at our HermitCraft Season Next Brainstorming Creative World. This is where we came up with the new Minecraft skin that we're doing for the next season. This is where we came up with the dirt hut that I'm going to build in episode 2 based on Elvira's House of Horrors. This is where we tried to figure out how to make pixel art of various electronic symbols that we can incorporate into our mid-season electronic component garden. Welcome, NJ Coffee Jumpkey. Welcome, Joseph. Welcome, Green Jord Gooby. Welcome, Intrepid Mr. Rico. Morning, Mitch. Miss Sill. Welcome, the Fluffalo Screamin' Mimi. Glad y'all are here. We have all sorts of things, works in progress, things to do. But I wanted to try a few things real quick that we had kind of brainstormed a little bit during my last stream with Zombie Cleo. We had talked about doing some different kind of possible designs for the HHH supply depot. And the materials for that are probably going to have to be early game materials because, quite honestly, wait, why is my face not in the right spot? There it is. Boop. Get that over to slot 9. Dang it, camera. I've been having some weird OBS issues, and it seems like it doesn't want to listen. Uh-oh. OBS, stop misbehaving. Well, as long as nobody tips, we'll never have to touch OBS again. But I should mention, that tips are welcome via paypal.me/joehills and YouTube Super Chat. Why is triple clicking not selecting the whole line? There's a lot of issues going on. The whole computer is going nuts. It's probably fine. Probably. I say probably. So, with stone brick stairs here, we could actually try and throw together a possible design based on the Llewellyn Wright house, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright and constructed in Bethesda, Maryland in 1956. And there was a kind of interesting wall set up for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I had sketched out, and I wanted to kind of see if it actually worked in Minecraft as well as I thought it should work. Because I was looking at it, I was like, this really seems like the sort of thing you could do in Minecraft. And it's basically a low wall that is then going to have slabs across here, 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 boop. Okay, this isn't the whole pattern. We're doing part of it at a time. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay. Then we're going to have that one come here. Okay. So as you can see from my notebook, we've recreated this part of the pattern. But this the part that was interesting to me about this was that the way Frank Lloyd Wright used this was actually on a semicircular wall. And so we're going to go ahead and come back 4 here on this side. And 4 here on this side. And then 3. And then 2. So 4, 3, 2. And we're going to see how this pattern continues to function in this particular type of setup. I think it should be okay, but I haven't proven it. Oops, actually that was... Yeah. Okay, so we're continuing the pattern around here. I mean, I think this is actually coming together pretty well. And the real question is, though, the way Frank Lloyd Wright actually did this, there's a pond behind this. So we're going to put the pond in, and then that'll be the real proof in the pudding type thing to get a sense of how that goes. Okay. So over here, then, we need to come up to... Now, this is where it gets dicey, when we have that split like that. But I'm hoping it still looks okay. So, like I said, this is from the Llewellyn Wright house, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1956. Okay, so... Yeah. This is looking good so far. So once again, we're going to consult the overhead sketch of how the pond goes in relation to this. Oh no, Lizzie Mac, take better care of yourself. Okay. So, people are saying, Martin C says this is looking great. Konami agrees, says this is pretty good. Lizzie Mac says, wow, that's an amazing wall. It's amazing what you can do when you steal from Frank Lloyd Wright. It turns out he understands architecture. PSGMND says, do you use like Lightmatica after you did your builds? Nope. I have never used Lightmatica. Well, I don't think I have. I might have at one point. I've used a lot of mods and mod packs and stuff, but like I don't really use Lightmatica for any of my own stuff. I think I might have worked on a project with somebody else where they were like, oh, we're using Lightmatica for this. Just put the blocks where they go. But that was, like, not my project. And that was, like, probably half a decade ago. I don't even know. When would that have been? Was my kid alive yet? I don't think Lightmatica was around before my kid was born. But anyway, for my own stuff, nope. I normally just build everything in survival top to bottom. But since HermitCraft Season Next starts soon... with increasing numbers of air quotes around it, I'm going to be experimenting with ideas in advance for a change, which is completely new and foreign to me, and will be an interesting thing to try out. Okay, so the way that this was done, like, okay, we're going to try this with early game materials, because at least the way I'm planning on doing this is going to be an early game build, right? So spruce planks. Let's assume that we can get spruce planks. Okay, so we're going to have the pond start here. We're going to have like a balcony type thing. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so 1, 2... So I'm looking at my graph paper now, trying to figure out if this is actually a good concept. So that means then that that one starts there. And... Wait. Welcome, Notorious LSP. Glad you could join us. We're just working on a theoretical patio construction design. The big problem I'm concerned about here is I'm concerned that the top of the patio might be too high, like it's too close to eye level here. Is there anything that is like wool that you could use maybe for the top of this? What has stairs but also like a flat version that's flatter than... You can tell I'm not used to creative mode because I didn't realize I could just keep using the bucket. I can just keep using the bucket. Okay. So from out here you can see the pond and you can also see the patio. Now, another possibility is to have steps going down to the patio so that when you are further away from the pond here, you could be slightly higher up, right, above the deck. So let's try... Could you put the floor 1 slab higher? Well, the problem is, if we put the floor 1 slab higher, poison sandwich, that's going to block the view through the lower bits of those, right? Trapdoors, Phil Taylor. That is a very good suggestion. Trapdoors are a... Okay, I was thinking... Okay, yeah. So let's say that we use spruce trapdoors and spruce stairs. And spruce planks here. Jubilee says, what's the thing being designed? We're working on a possible patio for the HHH supply depot based on the Llewellyn Wright house designed by Frank Lloyd Wright back in 1956. The original was constructed in Bethesda, Maryland, and it's distinct for its hemicircular construction. Tony Dale Tony rolling in with the first tip of the stream with 5. Thank you so much, Tony Dale Tony. That puts us 15 away from the next face camera expansion. The first face camera expansion, in fact. And tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. But yeah, I think Phil Taylor is right about this. You could sink the water 1 block lower. I want the water So in the original, the water in the pond is like level with this. Because we can't do a half slab of water. We have to have this lower bit. To get the visual effect we're looking for, Jubilee says, is the HHH depot going to be a Frank Lloyd Wright project? I'm looking for inspiration from Frank Lloyd Wright, but I'm not going to just take one of his particular buildings, right? I'm not saying like, oh, we're doing falling water, or we're doing this, or we're doing that. I was like, what things that Frank Lloyd Wright did could look cool in Minecraft? What adapts well, right? I'm looking at components. So this particular patio with a pond built into it, with the walls that would work perfectly in Minecraft like this, was what I was trying to try. So, okay, so let's come over here and try another one. So, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we need, this is going to be a 9 circle. Okay. And so we're going to start. Boom, 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 boom. That one's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we come back here and we have these like that. Then we have these like that. Yep, I'm down here in slot 9. Hi, Mike of the Sauce. Glad you could join us. Okay, I did the other two here. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Stadid. No, we're not just copying Frank Lloyd Wright's ideas. We're trying to do new things based on incorporating certain elements from his ideas. Okay. Like, we're not just going to take a full building that he did and recreate it. We're looking at individual components of his architecture that might be adapted into our own stuff. Dang it. So that's definitely going to work better in Minecraft, but it's not, like, this one here with the glow squid, thanks glow squid, is definitely closer to the original design from the Llewellyn Wright house. Am I going to be basing with any other hermits this season? That is not the plan. Because everybody's going to probably want to go and explore and build their own mega bases. Since we kind of didn't really do mega bases this season, or we kind of did, but like not at the scale we would normally do, we were very restrained. This is the footprint of my mega base primary structure, and we're going to have a whole garden all around it. So Kevin says, will you recreate some post-Frank Lloyd Wright ideas, like installing inappropriate air conditioning units later in the season? Yeah, that'll really capture it. Mahi0 says, you can use light gray carpets for a thin layer on stone instead. Yeah, I'm really thinking, though, it might be better, rather than having those there like that, like, maybe what we do instead is we just have like an extra layer up on the deck here when you're further away from the pond, right? Like have it approach the pond, or when you're away from the wall, yeah. So that way you can see over it more and see through it better. But you still have this full half slab up here that's closer. Don't talk about the viewer count. I'm timing you out so you have time to read the rules. try a layer of trapdoors on the deck. Oh, that's a good point, Phil Taylor. We could make the deck slightly higher. That would do a lot. But yeah, I feel like this is... It's interesting. Now, the thing is, too, as I'm looking at this, we're looking at this in kind of a vacuum. And it might actually work way better than I think it would work. So we're going to actually fully flesh this out, just for kicks. So 1, 2, 3... Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna try and get a rough version of this built day 1. Like, so the reason we're trying early game materials is this is literally like a day 1 build. Is to get the HHH supply depot up. And so we need something that's interesting structurally, because materially speaking, we're not going to have good materials, right? Or at least we're not going to have a lot of them. Like, we want to have, like, the rough version of this. This is going to be kind of like how we got the resupply egg built in day 1 of season 1 of last season. Or not season 1. Day 1 of season 8. Is that what the number was? Yazzie Wolf says, are you working on the supply depot? Looks cool so far. Yeah, we're just trying to get a core concept for it. And so I had a few things I wanted to try out. One of them was to have this pond here. And the idea is that maybe this deck, when we first build it, would actually just be like a wheat farm, right? So... can we do, no, we can't do pre-done dirt. Okay, so then we also need a hoe here. Boom. Boom. That's serious dedication. So it might be that in the first, so we'll eventually have like a nice meeting place patio here, would be the idea. But for the first few days, this might just be kind of our starter farm too. Or something like that. So we would have like a starter farm with a bunch of the basic stuff like carrots, wheat, potatoes, just to get stuff going on the server, right? So, Brian Kwiatkowski says, I feel stone gives a better industrial look for a depot than wood. Well, one of the goals here is to get something built day 1 that we will upgrade as the season goes on, because we're going to be revisiting the HHH supply depot all season long. Every time we have an HHH stream and we need to pull materials out, like extra dirt or gravel or cobble or whatever, right? So if we can get the rough architecture in with wood, and then replace it with other stuff later, kind of like we're doing with our dirt hut over there, where we would replace it with planks, that sort of thing. Mossy cobblestone under the water. That's a great suggestion, too. We probably wouldn't have that day 1. So let's look at how the water spreads here. See, some of these tiles are going to be too far from the water. And they're going to keep going back to the reverted version. Unacceptable. Only build with netherite blocks. So yeah, when we don't have a project for HHH, we can upgrade the depot. Konami says it might be annoying to replace the water flowing out from the wells when you replace the materials. Well, we just temporarily gravel the water and then refill it. Kindleless says, now that moss blocks are part of Mossy Cobblestone recipe, it's very early game now. Is it literally day 1, though? Like I said, we're trying to get something here that we could literally do day 1. So, like, that's a great note for, like, an early upgrade. But, you know, by the end of the season, it could be made of diamond and netherite. Exactly. Okay, so wheat seeds. Oh, wait, these are pumpkin, melon, beetroot. Oh, beetroot seeds would be good to get early on. If you find a lush cave. So that's the thing, though, is I'm not sure how much exploring Cleo and I will have time to do in episode 1. If we're trying to get this built is kind of part of it, though. Okay, so, but from out here, you got kind of this raised thing. Mobs can't easily get up it except for spiders, maybe. Yeah, early game materials. For all we know, we could end up in a desert and be building this out of sandstone. Hey, welcome, Smiley Taco. Glad you could join us this evening. Yeah, beetroot's awesome. You know what? Let's replant that with beetroot. Boom. No, we're actually not going to waste a lot of time on that. But, okay. So we have a few different ideas here. So that was one of the ideas from my notebook. Let me make sure we haven't missed any PayPal tips. Because me showing you my notebook isn't really reading very well. I'm down here in slot 9. Oh, here's the Among Us guy I drew. See? Would buttons on the bottom row ruin what you're going for? Not necessarily. I'd be open to it, but okay, let's come back and let's look at another Frank Lloyd Wright concept, the Freeman house from Los Angeles, California in 1924. So, that's an interesting one because he had in it, yeah, I don't know why the glow squid keeps spawning here. So, stairs. You know, let's try this with cobblestone. We'll do this one with cobblestone, maybe. Ooh, actually, no. Andesite. Polished andesite stairs would be perfect for this. Along with, okay, so polished andesite stairs along with blocks of, what is that? Wandering trader spawn egg. I didn't even know that was an option. That's fun. Polished andesite. Okay. So... this one, we're also going to need grass and bone meal for. So, we're just going to kind of start putting in some of this here. Okay, so I've got about 5 wide for this pattern, but we'll... sign. Oh yeah, we should probably be putting signs on things. Lou Ellen Wright house balcony. Balconies. Bethesda MD 1956. Done. Somehow we have a bunch of seeds on the ground. And then this one is Freeman House, Frank Lloyd Wright. Los Angeles, California, 1924. Okay, so this one gonna go kind of like that, 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 that. And then just gonna go like this, 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 this. And then the opposite. Let's see, how many up does that go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll see how many layers we have. I don't think we're at 6 yet, but we'll check. So that's 4. Okay. We're mostly just seeing how well the pattern works in Minecraft, and if it captures the spirit of the original. If it does, then we're set. Now, the thing about this pattern, what makes this actually interesting is this one has 2 layers. We're only doing the front layer right now, or the outer layer right now, but there's an inner layer here too. And that's part of why we have the grass, to show where the outside is. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now at the top layer, it does something weird with the stairs. It does this. Wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So behind the top layer here, you're going to have stone. And then behind the lower layers here, you would have glass. What color dyes would we plausibly have? Like, what's the Caves and Cliffs update color? It's kind of like a purpley color, isn't it? So is purple stained glass hard to get? Because you have to get lapis, I guess. Well, depending on what colors we have available. Let's try it with just gray glass. I think that's neutral enough. So we don't want to use panes on this because the panes would alternatively connect and not connect because of the stairs. Hey, welcome Splatman. Glad you could join us. Wait. Somehow we did this. We screwed this up somewhere. On this level. Yeah, okay. And the idea is we have a garden in that green space out front, the grassy space out front. So let's bone meal that real quick. And then you'd have, like, you know, a path here. So you can kind of see inside. Gray's tricky early on a server because of squid. I think that there's a flower that gives you light gray or whatever. How's it look at night with light filtering in? Great question. Probably want to use a torch, though, for that. Yeah, I don't think that's it's going to look wild. Oxeye daisies and lily of the valley give great, yeah. How big is this wall going to be? This is just a pattern that can be extended or shortened. It's just a really simple pattern. Okay. So, if you were actually in here though, let's get some floors in here. Noon. So this does mean you have like a double wide front wall here in your house, but that could look cool too. I don't know. Okay, so let's go with some planks just to mix it up a little bit. Let's say we went with birch here. Yep, so this would be like, so ground level outside would be lower than ground level in the house. So you'd be able to maybe see the floor some, the walls back there. Hey, welcome, Sammy. Glad you could join us. Petulant Petrichor says this would look cool in the nether. Oh, that's true. This could be a cool nether tunnel design as well. You might be right. So from inside the house, you have this kind of cool recessed look here. Phil Taylor says, I think you can do a better representation of the original pattern by having same, opposite on one row, then alternating for the next level. This is not the same pattern as we were doing over here. These patterns are from a house in Maryland in 56. This is a house from Los Angeles in 1924. And I'm like, this is the pattern. Like, you can't see it. I'm holding it up to the camera. Like, the pattern that we have built in Minecraft, the reason I selected this pattern in Minecraft is because we could replicate it exactly as is from the way Frank Lloyd Wright designed it. Although, I guess one difference is that he actually just had, like, panes of glass, maybe, no, I think he actually did have, like, a big wall of glass recessed here. Although, what he might have even had this, maybe the window was actually further back. He might have had this as, like, a porch thing. Phil Taylor says, I'm looking at the 1924 one. It's close. I mean, let me, where's the book? Oh, it's sitting across the room. Should the stairs be upside down? Not on this one. Oh, you're right. I actually, okay, wait. I misunderstood you, Phil. You're right. I actually did have this. Okay, Phil, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were suggesting. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Those should have been swapped there. That is now accurate. So let's go ahead and we're going to try, like I said, we're just adapting elements here. Let's try like a birch slab roof overhang here. Just to see how that goes. Yeah. This is, we're recreating patterns from Frank Lloyd Wright houses. Welcome, Sam B. Glad you could join us. Welcome, a lot of orange. Hey, our first PayPal tip of the stream has just rolled in from Second, who says, hopefully we can see the book a bit better. Boom, that puts us $5 past our first face camera expansion milestone, so it's time to say, howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, Let's take down that setting up sign. But yeah, so this is the pattern that I was working from here. We've got the grass at the bottom. You can see it says Freeman House, Frank Lloyd Wright, Los Angeles, California, 1924. Okay. We're not going to rebuild an entire house. We're taking elements of his structures that we like and seeing how they work in Minecraft. Do I know when the next HermitCraft season is starting? No. Oh, wait, I'm only supposed to say soon. Sorry. Soon. Soon. Okay. So another one we were looking at was ways to store things. So the traditional, I'm going to show you like how in past seasons we've done like the HHH style thing. We used to call it like we call it various names like the community supply hub or whatever. But when we've had like community supply hubs before, like, I'm going to just show you what they kind of look like. Notorious LSP says, I think the pattern is cool, but could it really be helped with texturizing? Yeah, probably. We're working on structure right now more than texture, because or more than material, because the thing is we don't actually know. We're trying to build a day one build here. Like the porch and these walls and stuff. These are all things that we're looking for our day one Hermit's respawn plaza and Hermit's helping Hermit's supply depot, right? So the HHH supply depot has to be built basically day one so people can get stuff if they die out adventuring, right, without a bed. And so we don't want to be choosy about the materials because we don't know what materials will be available locally when we start. So if we spawn in a desert, this all might be sandstone, right? If we spawn in a forest with light color wood, it might be light color wood. With dark color wood, it might be dark color wood. It might be stone. Who knows? Maybe we'll be right next to deep slate. Maybe we'll be next to another forest with the cool teal wood. So we're just trying to see if the patterns visually function in general, not get too into this in terms of the actual things. Okay, so unfortunately, while flying, I can't hold shift to place this chest. Okay. How's the weather in Nashville? It's cold out there, Daniel McGrail. Hope you brought your booties because it's cold outside. So we would normally go about 4 high or so with chests like this. And we would just have like a big... Like the building wouldn't be very impressive. We just have a bunch of them going across. 'Cause 5 high I think is too high to reach from the ground, right? And maybe... we would have... Let's just do polished andesite here as a placeholder for the ground. So... the thing about something like this is you don't have a ton of space to, like... this doesn't look good in a video, right? If you hold space and shift, you can place them while flying. Oh, good to know. It was like -9 Celsius here yesterday. Hey, more money just came in from Gritmonger. Thank you very much, Gritmonger, for the 20. That is going to put us, boom, 5 past our next face camera expansion, 15 away from the one after this. Here we go. It's time to say howdy, y'all. No, wait, we already said that. It's time instead to say, Grow Hills. Do-do-do-do. Alrighty, so let's see. Maybe we need a little bit more light over there. Boom, much better. Okay. And then, like, we would just have had building walls. Like, let me just get some logs here. Okay. Boop. Yep, the server Groundhog Day Parade is indeed tomorrow, so we'll be live streaming that. Okay. Welcome, Orangey. Things are going well, thank you. Okay. So you would just be in here, and you would have, like, a wall, and you'd have this stuff on the ground to choose from. But, like, maybe we could do more. It's like, this is just a bunch of chests. But what if it wasn't? Okay. So, let's go ahead and think about this. I mean, I already have thought about it. And hey, you can actually see my stuff. So, I have this, I noticed there was this one recess in one of the Frank Lloyd Wright houses. And I don't even know what that recess was for. But I'm like, that's the right proportions to hold a stack of chests in. And so maybe we should go ahead and try that. And so instead of having let's just come out a little further here. So yeah, instead of having just 2 sand or whatever with chests on top of it, okay, that didn't work the way I thought it was going to. Let's start with the same basic concept. Oh boy, this is stupidly awkward. Let's start with the same basic concept where we've got about 5 chests up. But instead of having just a random wall behind there, we have the entire alcove here be the material, right? And then okay, so the alcove might actually need to go up 1 higher so that this can close. Oh, yeah, so that can open, right? So we have the alcove with the material, and then we have 2 alternating colors of panes of glass. So let's just try light gray glass and gray glass right now, right? Okay. And we're going to have those attach. Actually, you know what maybe we do here is we want probably stone posts. Let's just do well, no, let's go back to the, like I said, we're just picking random early game materials that are plausible. It's plausible that we would have enough granite to do this. Okay, so we're gonna do a few of these here. Then we're gonna put in a few of these here. Okay, then we get the dark. Okay. So, you know, and actually this floor here would probably be... Dang it. Let's just assume that's andesite for right now anyway. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have another pillar coming up here. Okay. We kind of do the same thing. Where we've got swap these out. And then put this here instead of being... So we might have the floor here even go like this here, maybe? Mahi Zero says, I don't think you'll need much bulk storage as previous seasons when someone builds a shulker farm. I don't understand why that would matter one way or the other. But I don't know. Maybe I am just ignorant. But I don't see a correlation. Oh, I'm wearing the wrong glasses. Oh, I was doing a VR golf tournament earlier. That's why people are like, your glasses are messed up. Yeah, sorry, these glasses don't actually fit under my VR goggles. And so I have to take them off when I do VR golf tournaments. Whoops. I did not win. But I did get to play against the guy who designed the Godzilla pinball machine, so that was cool. I don't know what S9 is. Okay. Okay. So we could have something more like this, maybe? So you've got... It feels like a lot of wasted space. But also, if we realize later we need to add something else, we can fill some of these in as we go. Do I have a theme? Yeah, it goes, who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills. I actually kind of like the idea, too. Dang it. Dang it. That from the outside you can see what the materials are inside. I mean, that's kind of silly, but I think it'll really add something. Oh, Deep Space Nine. I don't think they're making more of that, but I would love it if they did. Okay. Okay. Oh, do I have a theme for my base? Yes, but this is not part of my base. This is civic infrastructure. And so it shouldn't look like one of my base projects, right? So the theme for my base is going to be pinball and electronics. So my starter house is based on a house from a pinball machine, Elvira's House of Horrors. I've already designed a dirt hut designed to mimic Elvira's House of Horrors. But what we're working on over here is the Hermits Helping Hermits supply depot. And so I'm doing more of a classical Frank Lloyd Wright architecture inspiration thing for like the farm patios or the walls or the windows. I'm just trying different stuff because the stuff that I'm building for everyone shouldn't look like an extension of my base. It should look like something for everyone. And so trying different types of, you know, quote-unquote modern 1920s and 1940s architecture Seems like kind of a winning strategy here. How does the glass look in the corner of the room? That's part of what we have to figure out. So for example, let's say that this is one of the corners of the room. Oops. So we would come up here. And we got to figure out, like, what do doors look like? What do entrances and exits look like? That sort of thing. So this might seem really suboptimal spatially, but this is HermitCraft. So suboptimal spatially can kind of backseat to suboptimal visually for certain things. And these are not necessarily the final colors or materials for anything. This is just us trying stuff out, right? Okay. So let's say that over here, this is our cobblestone one, right? We're going to have cobble coming up into this one. And then continuing this way. So, cobble, 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 cobble. Mushroom, mushroom. So then that's going to come out here like this. Then up the wall. So this is very visually clear. Like, if you walk into this room and you're like, where's the sand? You'll have a good sense of where it is, and the floor to some degree will help you. Oh, this is so much easier if you do the back wall first. Well, not that much easier. Okay. So let's say that this one, what we just do here is have this and that kind of come in like this, even, you know. Boop, on the corner. Yeah, we could try different things with it. I don't know. Well, that would actually only go that far. So let's try a few more things. Let's try adding a few more materials and just getting a sense of what works and what doesn't. And the other thing is, from the outside of this building, you can see, like, through the windows, you can see the pillars of the items, but you can also see the backs of the pillars. So this is all going to be free materials, basically, the stuff that we have too much of on the server. So we're not going to have to build a million types of chests in this. We're going to need sand, we're going to need dirt, we're going to need cobble, maybe some other materials that come up in HHH. Okay. That sort of thing. So, honestly, stone, like smooth stone, isn't a crazy thing to have. Okay. So we would want to have that come out there. Isn't sand a precious resource, though? The thing is that it's the sort of thing we tend to gather a lot of to share on the server, just because every time we do a big community build that needs glass, we end up with leftover sand. And so it's the sort of thing that, like, if we do a big HHH project for sand, and then we have sand left over at the end, we have a place to dump it by having... And also, then if somebody's just bored one day and is like, I need something to do, I'm going to go dig up that desert, they have a place to put it. So let's go ahead here. Yeah, And like I said, I'm just going for super simple, easy concepts that we can just... that are easy to explain, too. Because, like, if I build one of these windows and Jevin comes over and says, hey, guys, how can I help? We could just say, hey, Jev, there's a stack of glass. Can you match that first window? And he'll go, oh, yeah, that's a, you know, a dead simple pattern. I can absolutely match that, right? So other people could... We're also trying to make a build that anybody can pitch in on. Cleo and I are going to be the ones that are definitely working on it. But other people could jump in, too, if they're so inclined. So actually what I'm thinking I should probably do here... Sandstone. Let's make this wall sandstone. And then we'll do grass and dirt on another wall. If you use barrels, the bottoms will look a lot like spruce planks, so you can have external access that's hidden. I don't know that that really... We don't necessarily want to have external access. Like, we want people to use the space. We're trying to create a usable space here. Not, just curious how far in we can take this and still have it make sense. Jeremy Wright says, could you sing your theme song again? Yeah, let me actually, like, if I clear my throat first, I can probably do a better job. Me. Here we go. Who's the guy? Boom, nailed it. Yeah, this is the concept for the resupply, or this is a concept for the HHH supply depot that would go in, like, the resupply area. Okay. And this is also a modular design, with the idea being we could build the first module here, and then when we have more of these, we add more. I don't think we are picking the seed for this season. I think it's going to be random, if I have anything to say about it. Or if it's not, I'm not going to know it. Normally, we spend weeks, if not months, looking for seeds, and it's a miserable nightmare, and I'm never doing it again. So, or at least not this time. So, nope, random seed. Never worrying about the seed again. Next problem. Who decides? Whatever random number generator we use. The sand granite might be offset by one block too many. Oh, I think I actually fixed it. Yeah. This building is going to be near the respawn area. It's not going to be... We're trying to work on a plaza design. And this would be near it. Welcome, Michael Afton. Glad you could join us. What if it's a very bad seed, then you're stuck? Well, if it's a very bad seed, then we'll explore until we find the good parts of it. Every seed has good parts, you just got to get to them. In fact, I think we would have a better season if we had a worse starting area this time. That's one of the reasons that nobody wants to work very hard to find a perfect seed, is because starting a adventure exploration-based season with a perfect seed where everything you could possibly want is right next to the spawn area is not going to be very good, right? That's very anticlimactic. Or like you just started the season without any motivation to explore. If we start a seed where we're in the middle of the desert and there's no jungle, no mesa, no sand, I guess there'd be sand in the desert. But like if we're like we can't get spruce wood until a week into the season because we have to explore, like that's better in some ways. The real danger is what if we get too good a seed with the random number generator? See what I mean? Oh, okay. Sorry. Took me a second to realize that that person was impersonating someone because I don't know the thing that they're making jokes about, but that they are now gone. Sorry about that, YouTube chat. I have taken care of it. Welcome, Grace. Glad you could join us. Now, a few things that this design has not solved is lighting. We have not put any thought into lighting this. So... Zocdu says, when does the next season start? Oh, luckily I've got that written down right here for you. Soon. Lanterns is a good suggestion, Rare Spongial. 118 lighting, we do still have to have lights. We can't have no lights. Some lights are still necessary. This is one block too far. Oh wait, no, well that actually does still go there, but we messed up that part. The next window would actually start here. Okay. We can change the middle floor bits to light blocks with carpet. Yep. So I feel like if you're walking in here and you're like, I need stone, it's pretty clear where to go. I need sand. I need sandstone. I need dirt. Like, I feel like this does what we need it to do. Having the extra window space between things gives us an extra floor space. Yeah, we can possibly do darker lighting coming down from the ceiling. Ooh, that's true. We could try lanterns from the ceiling. That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, so I think we're going to get rid of this demo one because it's in our way and it's hideous and we're not going to learn anything from it. Grass will spread. Maybe use coarse dirt for the edges. I think that's a great suggestion, Petulant. Another thing we could do is, like, if we put glowstone in, like, every few blocks here, like, that might be not enough, actually. We could do something kind of like that. And that would probably be okay with the new lighting thing. Or have Doc find a new glitch to stop grass from updating. You know, that probably wouldn't surprise me if he did. Don't use any lighting until frog lamps come out. Only darkness for the first half of the season. That's not a terrible idea either. But yeah, so from the outside, if we look at how the walls here look. I mean, I think that this is not bad. Just starting with a square. Now, we could also do more with this. We're going super simple here. But yeah, let's go ahead. How far can grass spread? Is it 4 blocks? We could just probably we should just do the whole thing in coarse dirt so we don't have to worry about it. I don't think that's going to be too weird if we do. Oh, it won't jump? I thought it could go 4 blocks. Now the real question is, how do we do the pillar of grass? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna fill in our window here. Okay, so because like if we did it like this, unless Doc has some sort of thing that'll stop those from despawning, they're gonna turn back out of grass. One option we could do is if we put glass in there, will they stay? That's probably way too green. So this one's way weirder than all the rest, which is good and bad. Why not moss? Oh, maybe. Whoops. That was totally the wrong block. Dang it, I wanted to alternate that. Yeah. Honestly, mixing moss in here wouldn't be the dumbest thing anyway. And maybe this actually does end up just being the moss chest. We can just put the dirt in with the grass. Hey, welcome, PanPie Process Identifier. We are working on a mock-up for a community storage area. And I'm pretty happy with how it's coming together. Superstone says nobody needs that much moss because you can bone meal it pretty easily. You say that, but the hermits do all sorts of wild projects. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to get some andesite stairs here. Or granite stairs, yeah, just to... kind of unify this with the rest of the building a little bit more. It's free bone meal. Scatman says, are you going... Not sure you have any say in what Doc does, but are y'all going to allow his shenanigans like you did in Season 8? Well, I think you answered your own question. We can't really do anything about it. The only exception for grass spread is in the Y direction. Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I feel like this is not crazy. Like, what we have here is not crazy. What are other early game materials that we might want? Like, I guess logs and bushes, maybe? What would we actually need to have? Oh, maybe ice or snow. Oh, netherrack. And let's say maybe soul sweat. Blackstone's a good suggestion, Pirate and Pluto, but basically what I'm not going to fill in this back wall here, but I want to imply the existence of a back wall, right? So if we take a screenshot of this to send to Cleo. I love that the skin is in the backdrop there. Yeah. But, like, yeah, from outside, I think it'll look pretty good. It's clear that what's in there. And I think that the core concept of this works whether or not it's actually a square, right? So we're starting with a square. Greyheart says, you said community storage. Is this a resupply crew project? This is for the HHH. This is going to be the Hermits Helping Hermits Supply Depot. Jory says, I like the skin in the background. It's a fun little treat. Thank you. It is fun, but I think it might be distracting from what we're trying to show here. But maybe that's okay. Okay, so let's say that a player comes in through a door. Because one thing we haven't done yet is we haven't designed a door to this building. So let's assume that the doorway, or the pathway in, is opposite that window, right? So when somebody comes in the door, what do they actually see from floor level here? I mean, this feels pretty solid as a concept. Let's maybe do these other glow lamps to match the other ones. Glowing. Okay. So then we're gonna find that screenshot and we're gonna open that. I wish that you could just right click and open folder, but instead you have to do file information, then open folder. It's stupid. Okay. So, we're going to tweet this to Cleo. She won't see it till morning because she's probably asleep, but... This part is not the day one part. So, here's the thing. So, the idea for this depot is that we need to figure out the footprint of it so we can block that out day one and have it near where the respawn... We're going to have like a respawn plaza with emergency supplies and stuff day one is the plan. But we need to mark out territory to put this HHH... We need to claim land for this HHH resupply area near there, or adjacent to it ideally. Would building the depot be Hermits Helping Hermits number 1? Kind of. The resupply would be HHH number 1. So... Oh my god. Okay, this guy who just walked in and said, one time I got banned from somebody's chat, and then I got banned from somebody else's chat. I don't want to hear stories about you getting banned, so I'm going to ban you so I don't have to hear them. Don't do that. That's a dumb idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick tweet to Cleo. Hey, Zombie Cleo. Hey, Zombie Cleo. I was thinking something like this for the for the visual design of the HHH supply depot, though not necessarily in a square footprint. Like this test. What do you think? Thoughts? Seem viable? Seem worth pursuing? Yeah, that seems fair. Okay. So now we want to add... Wait, we want to add this here. Okay, and then we add description. A screenshot of the Microsoft Corporation's Mojang Mojang Division's video game Minecraft depicting 6 stacks of 6 double chests. Each stack of chests is surrounded by a different early game material from left to right. Stone, cobblestone, sandstone, sand, dirt, moss. Okay. A sign in the foreground reads HHH Supply Depot Early Rough Concept 22 Jan 22. Save and tweet. Okay, and then I'll post a link to that tweet if y'all want to see what the final version ended up looking like. Oh, I always forget that because of that thing. Where's my... It'll go up in a minute. Okay. I was writing the alt text. Would I make this multi-level for other materials? Well, the idea is to make this relatively modular. So this might be one of 4 of these. Like we might have we could stack these with a water elevator. We could put these around other things. According to the wiki, Minecraft looks for grass blocks in the spawn chunks for spawning players. If all the grass blocks are inside the building, that's where players will spawn. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, that person's banned for impersonation. Wow, y'all are on fire tonight. When's the next season coming? Let me see. I actually have the date written down. Soon. Okay. Oh, good. That tweet is now live. Here's that tweet, y'all. Okay. So, now the question is, how can this... Okay, I let Scatman's slide on the caps, and that was clearly a problem because a guy who I just banned on Twitch immediately came over and copied him. So I had to ban that guy I just banned on Twitch on YouTube. So I'm just going to remove Scatman's name. Okay. Boy. A notice board could be an important addition. Last time I built a notice board on HermitCraft, somebody tore it down. And I don't even think they showed themselves tearing it down in my episode. Or not my episode, in their episode. So I don't know if I want to build another one. I don't know if I could stand that again. Hey, Light Wolf, thank you for the 20, who says, wasn't sure what to say, so just going to say thanks for all the entertainment you've given me just by being your most excellent self. I do what I can, Light Wolf. Thank you so much. That puts us $5 past our next face camera expansion milestone, so here we go. It's time to grow hills. TDDD. So thank you very much, Light Wolf. That puts us 15 away from the next expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/showhills and YouTube Super Chat. And that is not the link. That's the Twitter link. 1 second while I get the actual link I need, like a professional. Do. Just add TNT traps to the message board next time. Yeah, clearly. Okay. Chef Nutmeg says, do you have a challenge planned for next season? Nope, but I never really pre-plan challenges. Those are always emergent during the season, and I see what makes sense at the time. So, yeah. But I have all sorts of fun ideas architecturally. Welcome, Shadawa. Glad you could join us. Okay, so Grace Winder says, was there a challenge last season? Well, I didn't. I joined the No Wings Club, and I didn't use an elytra for a while. Okay. Someone else can't blow up your message board if you blow it up yourself. It's a death trap. Okay. So, I am kind of curious if a design like this could work in other shapes, right? Like Cleo had suggested like a 4-leaf clover design. And I think if I was going to design a clover leaf design, I would want to do that on graph paper first. So this is a bad medium for that. Okay. But let's see what that looks like in the distance, though. So in the distance, walking around, yeah, you can actually see in there pretty okay. Also, those patios look pretty good, although they wouldn't have the sun like that. Let's go ahead and try... Someone on Twitter just suggested a hexagon shape. Yeah, that could be interesting. Maybe a circle. Yeah, something more organic and round might be good. Oh yeah, I should look at my Twitter mentions and see what people are saying. It's not me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dang it. Okay, somebody's tweeting about somebody else. Oh, somebody made a pipe cleaner hermit Joe Hills. That's wild. Oh, okay. Well, you know, if it's season 9, then a 9-sided build would be good. If it's season 10, we could do an X-shaped build. And HHH, for having it look like HHH from above, could be good. Having it spell out Hermits Helping Hermits in cursive. Yeah, what if the whole building spelled out Hermits Helping Hermits in cursive? How big would that have to be? I'm very curious about that. Kindle says at least 128 by 128. Really? I think I could fit it in less. That would be a huge building, says Rosalia Moon. Okay, well, maybe we won't go that wild with it. Hey, we just got a tip rolling in for 20 from Jeremy. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for that. That puts us 5 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to grow hills. D. So thank you very much, Jeremy, for that. Alrighty. Okay. It's at least a kilo base. Nice. Okay. If you use banners, just 23 blocks. No, I meant like if we've shaped the entire building from overhead. But, you know, that's fine. A Terra base. It's terrifying. Okay. So... a few other concepts I wanted to play with here. So is this as far back as the crops will go? I thought they would go... Oh, wait. It's because we don't have dirt there. Okay. Hey, Roarmonger. Glad you like the glasses. Well, I do think the crops are coming in well here. I think that that was a good idea to do the crop farms like this. You could make the building look like a stylized H and then only build 3 sides. Maybe. Okay. So, I'm just kind of going through my Frank Lloyd Wright ideas. For those of you just joining us, the first one that we did was this concept from the Llewellyn Wright house for this balcony that had a pond in it from Bethesda, Maryland in 1956. And we built that right here. So you can see how the pattern on there matches that, right, with the slabs and the stairs. And then the second thing we were working on... Oh, wait, here's a little... People were telling me I needed to draw an Among Us guy, so I drew an Among Us guy. You're welcome. Then the second thing we worked on was the Freeman house's decorative walls here above the garden. And I was playing with different ways we could do that. And apparently also dropping my phone. And so that was over here. This is the Freeman house. Frank Lloyd Wright had a building with walls like this in Los Angeles, California in 1924. Pretty happy with how that came out. Kindlelist says, I feel like tourist designs are underutilized. Probably. Hey, welcome, Snow. Glad you're here. Sorry, I had that live event chat window covered when I made the screenshot a little while ago. Oh, boy. I'm really happy with how this dirt hut came out, though. This dirt hut is going to be fantastic. Okay. I'm going to have to go in and basically get the footprint of this onto graph paper so that I can build it quickly for episode 2. Episode 1, we're going to try and build our HHH respawn plaza and supply depot. And we're going to need, like... We could emulate falling water. I mean, I think that's overdone, you know? Like, I went through and I got a book of literally, like, hundreds, if not thousands of pictures of Frank Lloyd Wright architecture. And I don't want to just, like, be like, okay, I'm going to build his most famous building. It's like, no, let me look at how he did the wall patterns on a house in 1924, right? What's the giant glowstone wall for? Oh, that was for a Plinko game that I ran out of time on. It's a dirt house. It's a dirt house by HermitCraft standards. It's a dirt house. Or a dirt hut. Whatever. This is my dirt hut we're going to build early on. Okay. Have I seen Frank Gehry's work? Yeah, I'm familiar with Frank Gehry. And I'm probably going to... So, it just so happened that the library I went to had a really good Frank Lloyd Wright book. Because I went to a branch library rather than the main downtown one. And so what they have was kind of limited. I also can't use the university library in person because of COVID restrictions. Alumni can't just walk in anymore, and it makes me sad. So I'm looking forward to when that changes because they have a ton of great stuff there. Okay. I feel like we got everything that we really needed to get done today, and I don't want to be up too late tonight because I've got that Minecraft Groundhog Day parade float build contest to judge tomorrow with my brother Sean. Let's see, what time is that going to be? Let me check my calendar here. I believe that's at 2 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So let's see, that is roughly, I think, it's 12 hours from 3 hours from now. 15 hours from now. My brother Sean and I are going to be judging a Minecraft Patreon server build contest where people build Groundhog Day themed floats. 2 p.m. U.S. Central. That's going to be on YouTube and Twitch. We're going to have my brother playing some live music. We're going to be hanging out, telling jokes. Hope y'all come by for that. And then we're going to be streaming again tomorrow night. I don't know yet what I'm going to stream tomorrow. It depends on what I get done tomorrow. I'm really hoping, though, early next week, I ordered a new capture card. Early next week, I'm hoping to start doing some Nintendo streams. So I'm very excited about that. I've got a huge... I shouldn't say huge. Like, I got a Switch basically when it came out, and I've been picking up like 3 or 4 games a year for it, which is enough that I have a pretty solid Switch library. Not a huge Switch library, but I have most of the good games. And so I'm hoping to start streaming some Switch games next week, but I don't know when the capture card is actually going to arrive, because they accidentally shipped it in the wrong direction. It's like, oh good, it's shipping from Georgia, and then they're like, oh, we put it on the wrong truck. We'll let you know when we find it. Okay, we found it. We'll start sending it back. And I'm like, oh, thanks y'all. Yeah, great. Okay. Mahi0 says, do we have 45 minutes or 1 hour to build? Let's do 1 hour. Sometimes when we do 45 minutes, it's because the guest has somewhere to be, and we have to kind of time box the stream a little. But I think we can do 1 hour. So yeah, we're going to have some Switch games next week, assuming the thing actually arrives. And I'm excited about that. So, yeah, I do have Smash Brothers Ultimate. I don't know if I'm going to do Smash Brothers. I don't know if a Smash Brothers stream would be entertaining to watch. Unless I was, like, playing with people that you knew. And I don't know that... I don't know. Okay. So, anyway. Let's see what is going on in the broader world of Twitch. Ooh, I found something really good. Okay, so this house right here, this house that we're planning to do for our dirt hut in Minecraft, somebody is actually streaming the pinball table that this design is based off of. Elvira's House of Horrors. So let's go ahead and make sure that site is muted. So we're going to go ahead and raid Sir Snarf. When you get there, say, howdy y'all, Joe Hills raid here. Looks like he's dressed as a pirate for some reason, which doesn't really make sense thematically with Elvira, but, you know, as long as they're having fun. So, anyway, y'all will be able to see, hopefully on stream, a little bit of the house. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do.